What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room. And this is where we at now. You know, the thing of this is I've been in the culinary field for 20 years. And as far as serving in restaurants, cooking, things like that. And yes, I have noticed, and there is a stigma around black people coming to actual restaurants. And we're not talking about like McDonald's or no shit like that. We're talking about actually decent restaurants. Sit down, you need a server in order to get your food. You need to be, in a certain type of setting, from 5-star all the way to, of course, like, little minor stuff like Applebee's and things like that. But this is the thing. And I've seen this shit firsthand. When black people tend to go out in certain cases, and I'm not saying all, but it is a stigma behind this. And at the end of the day, it's some truth to it. Black people seem to not want to tip properly and things like that. So we're going to dive off into this, and we're going to see what some people have to say about this situation. So let's go here now. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Know how to handle black tables when black tables come in my establishment. Let me go ahead and get your 4 sets of plastic silverware. Let me go ahead and bring your extra napkins, paper napkins, because you don't do cloth. Let me go ahead and get your extra lemons with your water. Let me get your salt and pepper for the table. Let me make sure any burger or steak or any type of red meat that you have cooked is cooked well done, well done at that. Let me make sure it's all flat.
Let me tell you something. She's speaking on something right now that's the reason why I had to stop it. Like I told you guys, I've been in this field for 20 plus years. I don't understand black people. You getting a fucking steak and you want that thing burnt. Like
And what the French toast is there to think about?
yes, and I'm a black man as well. I will never, ever disrespect a prime cut of ribeye that's just cooked all the way through. That is not how you eat a ribeye. And I don't want to hear anything from anybody else. And oh my goodness, man, you know what I'm saying? You like your ribeye blood. Hell yeah, filet too. Dude, you don't eat steak well done like that. That's a whole disrespect to a good prime cut of ribeye or a T-bone, sirloin, something like that. That is a disrespect to the whole steak. You done seized the steak up now. And what I mean by seize the steak up, you done made it so tough till it's hard to chew. A steak, you're supposed to cook it to a certain temperature to where the steak is tender and seasoned properly. Things like, man, this is crazy out here the way black people eat certain types of foods. It's wild, man.
Let's fried hard. Let me make sure to go ahead and get the chicken tenders with fries for the kids with honey mustard.
Right.
When it comes to dessert, I know you ain't gonna have no room for dessert. Not about
Right.
to get my ass saying that you want it off the check because you couldn't eat it all. No, man, we gonna get that taken care of at the beginning. You gonna box that shit up to go, and it's gonna be right in your to-go bag when you pack up the rest of your shit. Because I know you ain't gonna trust me to pack your shit. I make sure I have everything to the T because I'm not about to give you any room to get anything comped off your check. No, ma'am. Please know whatever sauce that comes on your pasta, I'm getting extra on the side because I know you're going to complain that your pasta wasn't saucy enough. You are not going to get me. I got this shit down to a science with you, okay?
Yep. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. I got it down to a science. Listen, look, I don't blame her. You kind of have to because this is serious, man. Like I say, man, I've been in this field for decades, and yes, people like that coming to your restaurant, they are. It's crazy the way that they act, and then especially if they have kids, it's just it'd be annoying. It'd be annoying. Let's go here now. Let's see what this sister has to say about this situation. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is young Asian lady right here about what she's seeing about when ladies come to restaurants and tips. It's way more treacherous when you just have a group of ladies. Trust me on this. It's wild out here.
We are going to see how much a table of 6 women tipped. First one, total was $51. They left $9. Second one, total of $32, $0 tip. $55, $0 tip. $60 left $6. $21 left $7, and then $23 left $4. So I am grateful for any tip, but would prefer 20%.
Right. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's go back here for a
We are
second.
going to
Hold
see
on.
how much a table of 6 women tipped. First one, total was $51. They left $9.
Okay, $51. They left $9. I mean, you know, it ain't the the proper amount, but it's still $9 on a $50 check. Okay, so you know, that's kind of strenuous, but it's still $9. I can, yeah, you may kind of work with that. Okay, you know what I'm saying, but that's still not the, you know, the what you would think it should be. Let's keep going.
Second one, total of $32. Zero.
$32 left zero. That's a damn shame. You know what I'm saying? $32, you left zero. You should have at least left, you know what I'm saying? I want to say about $6, $7, something like that on 32.
$55, $0.
55 0. At least the other 50 left 9. 55, and this is a table full of women. You know, so now she's not specifically saying these are black women or anything like that. So we're not going to get into that on this particular video I'm showing you right here. But you know what I'm saying? You know, 0 on a 55, that's wild. I guarantee you they ran the shit out this girl.
Yep. $60 left $6. 20.
60 left 6. Yeah, off 60, you know what I'm saying? You should have been leaving at least 10 or 12. You know what I'm saying? The 59, I kind of get it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 10 off the 50, you know, maybe, you know, but, you know, 60, you know, yeah.
$21 left 7. And then $23 left $4. So I am grateful for any tip, but would prefer 20%.
Hey, and these just the facts. You know what I'm saying? We'll prefer the 20% and things like that. But you know, at the same time though, too, in most cases, the 20% is not going to be had. Let's just keep that real. You know what I'm saying? But 9 on the 50, it's kind of okay. The others that didn't leave anything, that's definitely tragic. And you know, it just is what it is, man. You know, but these servers and stuff like that, they do make their money, the bulk of their money off tips and things like that. This is kind of how it's been designed for a very long time within the restaurant game. And it just is what it is. It's no way around these facts. You know what I'm saying? Like you go out to get service, people are doing what you want them to do, give you good service, and they, you know, bring you food, all these types of stuff. And then in some restaurants, definitely you know, they have to tip the bussers and things like that for cleaning up tables and stuff like that. So it's a whole monopoly on the situation, you know, to where, yeah, you should, you know, you need to leave a tip. You need to leave a tip. All right, so we're gonna dive off into this one right quick, and let's see what this young man had to say about, you know what I'm saying, serving black people. Let's go here now.
Working as a server, you'll quickly realize that black people are the most annoyingly entitled people you'll ever serve. And I'm not speaking on everyone, just my experience. I've never had a good one with black people. I worked at Waffle House for a full year, okay? I spent the first 6 months giving everybody a chance, treating everyone with the utmost respect, all right? And you know, the only people who didn't reciprocate that respect, black people. You know, the only people who were rude to me and didn't tip, black people. I have nothing against black people outside of my job, outside of serving. Yes, I love y'all. The culture is amazing. But when it comes to serving y'all and having to tend to your needs, you're very needy and you're very disrespectful when it comes to, you know, getting what you need. When you need a refill, you fucking yell at me. You know what I'm saying? You yell at me and rush me to hurry up and get your food to you. And it's just a fact. You come to Waffle House expecting a home-cooked meal. And I'm not kidding. Everything had to be cooked a specific way. And when I had to deal with a family of 10 people and y'all all want specific ass meals.
Yo, hey, listen, look.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Hold on. I'm going to camera right now. Let me tell y'all something out there. And this is the God's son of truth of what this young man talking about right now. Like I told you, I've been in the game 20 plus years. I've seen this shit time and time again. And I'm not just saying it's all black people. You know, it's other races of people too that do this shit. You know, y'all come into these restaurants, bro, and then y'all want to nitpick about the menu, and I don't like this, and I want to sub that. I want to do this and that. And I mean, I get it if you come in, like, let's say a couple comes in and do something like that, sub a few things. It's different when it's two people and you got 10, 30 motherfuckers in your restaurant at one damn table, and everybody want to sub this and everybody want to move this around and this and that. That shit's crazy.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Damn it, I'ma say it. Yes. Yes. Told y'all, man, I've been a chef for years out here. That is wild. Not only on the service, that is wild in the kitchen. That's the reason why I commend certain restaurants, definitely in these major metropolitan cities like New York, LA, or stuff. I commend these certain restaurants that won't sub all this stuff on their menu. I commend them because they put their foot down. Listen, look, I've seen the time, and that's annoying. Not only are we dealing with your table, we have multiples of other tables that possibly could be doing the same thing, or you know, this and that, and different plates on the same ticket and stuff like that. Man, that shit be wild, bro. That shit will piss you off as a fucking chef. Doing all that subbing and this and that, and have to rearrange stuff. And another thing too out here, and I'm gonna speak upon this. When did all of a sudden, when did everybody become these gluten-free motherfuckers out here? This shit is crazy. When did this start happening? People allergic to eggs and shit. What is this? I'm telling you, bro, this is upsetting. This is highly upsetting in the restaurant game. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna speak upon it, and I'm gonna get on TikTok and speak upon this shit too. This is crazy, bro. Listen, look, when did all this start happening? You allergic to gluten and all this type of stuff. So what happened with your ancestors? How did your bloodline survive if you allergic to all this? You allergic to eggs? How your ancestors survive? What is this? This is crazy to me. This is crazy. But yes, though, to really get to brass tacks here, when you go into these restaurants, man, ladies and gentlemen, and y'all start subbing this out and you want to maneuver this around and stuff like that, because, you know, y'all sit there, got them petty ass taste buds and stuff like that, because you don't want to grow up and actually eat something different or try new things, then that's a problem, bruh. And then at the same time, though, too, if you're going to run people like that, you need to pay people for that. You need to pay people for that. Don't nobody owe you good service. You're just going to run people rampant. But at the same time, though, too, you don't want to actually pay for that. It's crazy out here.
Yeah, it gets hard. Yeah, it gets annoying, especially when on top of the fact that y'all all want special shit, y'all are also annoying. Y'all also want refills every 10 seconds, and
Right.
You also leave me no tip. And I'm not kidding. I cried when I had to serve a family of Black people. I did. And what, y'all think I'm gonna serve a whole family and not try to get a tip? Yeah, I tried. When it was a whole family, I tried to treat them the best as possible, because I'm hoping, like, yes, I'll get a good tip maybe. But yeah, it just never happened. It never did. It never did. So yeah, I gave up. Yeah, I sure fucking did. I'm sorry. I'm so fucking sorry. Like,
Don't apologize for shit. I'm not. Like I say, man, I've been in the restaurant game for, you know, decades, bro. I definitely understand where you're coming from. Not only from the service side, listening to my service in my restaurant, stuff like that, to also understanding where we're coming from back there in the kitchen, in that heat, pumping out that food, making sure y'all people get what you want, the way that you want it and stuff like that. And then y'all had a nerve to stiff the service and all this other type of shit. Screw y'all bastards.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
So we about to go here right now. We about to see what this young lady had to say about the aspect of the situation. Let's go here now. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Y'all, so me and my sisters went out yesterday. We went to Applebee's and we got some drinks and we got some appetizers. And when the bill came, the bill was like $47, right? And I ended up paying through my phone. You know, you can scan the ticket and you can pay through your phone. So as I paid through my phone, the server is like, oh yeah, whenever you're ready. And he peeped that I paid through my phone. So he never came back to the table because on my phone, I didn't leave a tip because I wanted to tip in cash. But the server didn't know that. So he never comes back to the table, and we're trying to give him his money.
Okay, let's go here now. I'm gonna explain this at this point. After the server knows that you're not tipping on your phone, then you need to immediately let the server know that you're tipping. Don't hold back. You know what I'm saying? Immediately let him know. Now, see, this is some new age crap right here about paying through your phone while you actually sitting at the damn dinner table. This is some new age stuff. Okay. You know, I don't play those games when I go out to eat. I make sure I have the proper amount of cash. I know definitely what I'm finna eat, or the people around me about to engage in. I know what type of restaurant I'm finna go to, and I'm finna carry anybody else with if I choose to carry somebody with me. So you know what I'm saying? I already be prepared and planned out. This is crazy right here. You don't just go sit your maggot ass down out there at a restaurant and then you using all this technology and stuff like that. Like, you know, well, you know, I didn't tip on the app. Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to tip the way that you pay, technically. Or if you don't do that, then you need to immediately let people know that you got their tip cash in hand. Don't stall. Let's keep going.
Money because we didn't want to leave it on the table. We thought that somebody would take it, like a bus or whatever. So this is T. So he gets sat the next table over us. So he has to come back to our section. So he doesn't come back because he thinks that we stiffed him. He thinks that we did not tip him. And
okay, so why didn't you get his attention? You know what I'm saying? That's how I do it. When I go out to eat and things like that, if I pay with a card and I don't write the tip on the card, I immediately start breaking out the cash, because 9 times out of 10, I will pay cash on the tip. You know what I'm saying? Instead of using the card and stuff like that, I go ahead on and give them, I'll scratch it out on the card, like no tip on the card. I mean, you know what I'm saying, on the receipt for the card. And I'll have cash that I'm pulling out my wallet, which as a man, you need to have a wallet, something like that. Y'all walk around here with Mercers and shit, whatever. I pull out my manly ass wallet out my back pocket, and I will start taking cash out. And if the server doesn't see me, I will get the server's attention and be like, listen, look, come here, this and that. I have cash that I'm going to tip you. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, 9 times out of 10, she talking about paying through her phone on some app and stuff like that, which I don't know. I'm old school. I don't do all that. Bring me my ticket. I need my receipt. I need my paper receipt. I need to write things down. I need to keep the track of it, real talk. And you know what I'm saying? Listen, look, I got the cash in hand for you.
And I feel like a lot of people have this stereotype on Black people that we don't tip. And guess what? Y'all don't. I do, because I'm a servant. I tip because, like, they're literally servicing you. They're servicing you. Yes, you ask for ketchup. You ask for hot water. You ask for all this shit and you don't want to leave a tip, right? I get it. Yeah, there's a stereotype on Black people and they feel like Black people don't tip. And I'm here to agree and feel like, yeah, they don't tip. But I hate when that stereotype is put on me. That sucks. So he never comes back. When he finally comes back and we give him his 20, he's so happy. And you just can tell that he never really get a 20 from Black people. And that sucks. Like, we got to do better.
I mean, at this point, I get where she coming from, but listen, look, man, this is the problem with this new age crap that y'all trying to pull. Like she said, she paid through some app and all that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? But she didn't leave the tip on the app, you know what I'm saying? And instead of going head on and speaking up and be like, listen, look, you know what I'm saying? I got your tip right here and things like that. Or, you know, what she said, he had got set again, right? You know what I'm saying? Right next to them. She should have, you know, they should have went on and be like, excuse me, you supposed to know your waiter's name. Excuse me, such and such, you know what I'm saying? Come here we go. We got your tip right here, things like that. Either way it go, She finally gave the man his tip, but this is the problem right here with tipping in Black people and servicing Black people in a sit-down restaurant. The entitlement and the disrespect that some people have with thinking that they're owed something when they go out to eat and they have to pay for things. No, nobody owes you anything at a restaurant. You're coming out there with whoever you come with, either by yourself or you bringing loved ones or whatever you're doing. When you come out there, you need to come out there. You need to be prepared to actually break bread. If you don't have the proper amount of money to cover a check, and things like that, far as the tip and shit, you don't need to come out. You know, I mean,
So what the French toast is there to think about?
I'm sorry. This is how restaurants roll. You know, and I've noticed something too, which a lot of you people ain't noticed yet. And I'm gonna put y'all up on a little game here. Y'all need to listen to this. Y'all need to listen to this. And this is it. If you look on some of your checks, they're already starting to add gratuity to your checks, even if it's just a party of one or, you know, say a party or two. If you look at your checks, you know, they're starting to add gratuity to your checks because you people have been playing around out here with these tips and stuff and things like that. And y'all think this shit is a game. These servers are going to be paid. Listen, look, the restaurants are designed a certain type of way. When you're in the kitchen, you get paid a certain type of way. When you're on the floor, you get paid a certain type. I'm talking about a sit-down restaurant. We're not talking about McDonald's and all this other type of shit. We're talking about an actual sit-down restaurant where you have to go to, and they're strategically bringing out certain courses of meals at certain periods of times and stuff like that. We're talking about real, actual restaurant life. Servers get paid a certain type of way, and the tips are, you know what I'm saying, part of the game. And this culture and things like that have forgotten about actually, you know, being decent people. And tipping the people that actually serve you. You know, you don't have slaves out here. But this is the game, though. Yeah, if you start looking at some of your tickets and things like that, you will see that certain, certain restaurants and things like that are adding gratuity onto it. Or if you pay with a credit card or any type of card, stuff like that, it's like $1 or $2 more charge. You know what I'm saying? Which they do that because, you know what I'm saying, they don't want to pay the credit card fees anymore. Y'all better pay attention out here. I'm giving y'all some little game on the restaurant side. Like I told you, I've been in the field 20 years in the restaurant game. I'm telling you what I'm talking about. Pay attention to your receipts versus you paying with cash versus you paying with a card. Get down in the comments and let me know if I'm lying to you. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad up to y'all if you're new to the channel. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.